Hey, if you're looking for a super easy to set up, really easy to use, no apps, no fuss, then this is the pool alarm that you're gonna wanna look to keep your home and pool and family safe. Now that you've heard how well it works, let's take a look at what comes inside the box. First off, you get the main alarm unit, which feels really solid and well built. Not like one of those other cheap plastic gadgets that stop working after one summer. It also has a UV resistant coating, so it's designed to hold up against the sun and the weather and the pool chemicals over time. You also get all the accessory needed for setup, including the suction cup and tether string to keep the alarm secure in the pool, a 9-volt battery, and the indoor receiving unit. And that's actually one of my favorite features because this alarm goes off outside, you'll still hear it loud and clear from the inside. Installation is super quick and easy. You just use that included screwdriver to open up the top, pop the battery in, close it back up, and you're ready to go. This pool alarm is really simple. It is 85 decibels, so it's super loud. It floats in your pool. You tie it off with this string, floats on the edge of the pool, and when there is motion or disturbance in the water, it sets motion off, and this rings super loud. There's also a dock inside, which I'll show you in a minute, and that goes off as well. There's really 3 simple, easy to controls here. This middle one right here turns it on, arms it, and then the left one is a 30-second delay, or if it's ringing, that's how you turn it off. And the right one here is swim mode, and swim mode is basically if you're about to get in the pool, you press swim mode, it disarms the alarm, so it won't ring while you're swimming, but if it doesn't sense anything for 10 minutes, it'll just turn itself back on, so you don't have to worry about turning on and off, and you forget. You just click swim mode, and then you swim, and then when you're done, it turns itself back on. Now about the alarm sensitivity, I dialed it to about the middle part, and it just takes a few days to dial it in, so give it a chance. You want to make sure that it's as high a sensitivity as possible without going off inadvertently. We don't want the sensitivity all the way down and it not alarming people or you when it's on, but you also don't want the wind or your vacuum bumping into it, setting it off or whatever. So it took a little bit of time, and I just turned it down and down and down until it stopped going off. It was a little bit windy of a day and it didn't go off, so I think I'm happy with the sensitivity. It's a little bit of a work to figure out the right sensitivity level, but I think it's worth it once you figure it out. You know you're locked in, so it's just a little bit of time to dial that in. All right, so I want to show you guys how easy it is to put in the pool. So there is a string that goes on right there. And then you can just clip your suction cup there, or you can use the 3M tape. And you bring it down here, you just stick it in the pool, and you suction cup this to the side, and bam, there it is. So now you're gonna wanna put it in an area where, well, this is where someone would come out and walk into the pool. And so that's where we don't wanna put it way on the other side so that the ripples get to it quickly. But also, you don't wanna set it next to any of the return jets from your filter, because then that's some disturbance in the water, might set it off inadvertently. You're gonna wanna put it in the right diagram. There's a diagram depending on the shape of your pool, if it's square or round or whatever. There's a great diagram in the box, which I'll put up on the screen. And that's gonna show you where you're gonna wanna place it. And then you're gonna wanna put it 12 to 16 inches of rope, or the length of the string, out into the pool. So that's what I have about right there, 12 to 16 inches. And that's gonna allow it to be out into the water and sense the ripples. And another thing to consider is this pool alarm only covers 20 to 40 foot size pool. So if you have a massive pool, then you're gonna want multiple alarms. All right, let's talk about the dock. You plug it in, and it has to stay plugged in. If you unplug it, it turns itself off here. So there's no battery, it has to be plugged in and charged. You can hook it through having some screws, and go ahead and hook that on, or it comes with 3M tape where you can stick it to the thing. When the alarm does go off, you can press this button to disarm it, and that's kind of it for the dock. It's super loud, and it's just as loud as the outside one, and then the ability to turn it off. Now, don't let this be your only level of security and pool safety and system, but it's just the last line of defense for us. We have locks, we have alarms on our doors, we have lots of other options. The final line of defense is a pool alarm in your pool to catch anything in the last minute. And I always say that our family's safety is worth every penny that we're gonna pay on this alarm. So I'm super grateful for it.